Hey there, whoever's actually watching this. Today I'm going to be reviewing Paper Towns starring Quentin Dolmaer and Cara Delevigne. Let's get on this. Let's face it, life sucks and then you die, am I right? Well, in Margot's own little universe, not really. See, Margot is a breathtakingly beautiful and bewitching young woman whom one day decides to strike out on her own. This tale, Paper Towns, takes place in the lavishly wealthy suburbs of Florida. It basically revolves around a very wise fellow named Q, who eventually goes on a wild goose chase to track down Margot with his borderline geeky buddies, that all have a mediocre reputation and don't really have social lives, mind you. See, Q and Margot were really tight from around the ages of 9 to 15, as they lived across the street from one another, but that was way back when, man. They gradually drifted apart as high school rolled around, and one night after Q had totally moved on from the whole thing, out of left field, Margot wakes him up and they proceed to go on a major petty crime spree and let their inhibitions run wild for the night. But the morning after, Margot decides, screw this boring lame-ass paper town, I need to find myself, and decides to retreat to an unspecified location with minimal clues as to where the hell she went, sending him and his buddies out on a wild goose chase to crack the code. If you think all this crap sounds far-fetched, make no mistake, it totally is, but it definitely works to make an alright movie. I know they weren't trying to make a masterpiece out of this, and of course I know this is an adaptation of John Green's book Paper Towns, but I've never read it so I don't have that perspective. I think a good way to describe this movie adaptation is that it's a solid, fun fantasy story that isn't really realistic, but the plot holes don't really matter because it's just a fun movie for entertainment value with a few messages about early adulthood thrown in. Like, avoid dating someone just because they're hot, don't take being 18 for granted, and live a little because we're not getting any younger. As a 20-year-old, I completely agree and dig these messages. So yeah, this movie has a great pace to it, and also has a top-of-the-line soundtrack and top-of-the-line visuals, which all prevent Paper Towns from being mediocre. So that's pretty much all I have to say on the matter. Paper Towns is a fun 7 out of 10 for what it is. And yeah, you should definitely give it a watch. Goodbye, my friends.